Hello and welcome to the 75th episode of the Master Your Life podcast. We are 3/4 of the way towards 100 episodes. I'm so glad that you decided to tune in today, and I invite you to subscribe to the podcast wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's on iTunes or Spotify, or if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you are always informed of when a new podcast episode is released. So today's topic is all about career advancement and career development and how to succeed and how to really advance your career in a virtual world. Now, there's speculation about when life is going to, quote unquote, return to normal. And I think what we're going to have to do is understand that normal is going to be new normal, and that this virtual world that we live in isn't going to be going away anytime soon. So having said that, if you are in a position where you're looking for a job, maybe you're looking for a career change, perhaps you're a new graduate student who is looking to transition into their first job, then it's absolutely imperative that you understand how to navigate and use this virtual world to your advantage when it comes to your career development and your career trajectory. So today I wanted to focus on having a professional and effective LinkedIn profile. Now, if I was to ask you what you thought LinkedIn was or what you think LinkedIn is, would you say it's a social media platform, an electronic resume, a professional networking platform, or D, all of the above? Well, when I actually presented this to a group of students recently, very surprisingly, I got a lot of A's, like social media platform, but I got a ton of D's as well. So all of the above. Now, the reason why LinkedIn is not a social media platform, and it's really imperative to understand this, is that the material that you post on your LinkedIn profile and that you share with your LinkedIn connections is absolutely not the same as what you would post on, say, Facebook or Instagram, okay? There are completely different mediums and platforms for different types of information. And so social media is obviously more social and it's more personal and can be a little bit more funny and quirky and sometimes controversial. And because LinkedIn is actually a professional networking platform above everything else, you want to make sure that everything that you put out there is professional. It's a platform for you to really elevate your career and to connect with the right people in your industry so that you can obviously create relationships and then potentially create opportunities out of those relationships. And so it's really important that you don't use LinkedIn the same way that you would use a social media platform. And the benefits of having a LinkedIn profile, if you don't already have one, are many. And I'm going to share with you just a few right now. So obviously, if you do have a LinkedIn profile and one that's complete, because it really should be complete if you do have something out there in the LinkedIn world, it provides you with a searchable professional presence. And what I mean by that is that you are then open to being invited to internships, to receiving job offers and professional experiences because you are there in person with a professional profile that's searchable by everybody else that is on LinkedIn. I'll get to the numbers in just a second. And the beauty of LinkedIn is that it connects you with relevant people in your industry really easily and really quickly. And once you have those connections, you can start messaging those people and really creating rapport and building a relationship with those people. And in some cases, after you've built that rapport, you're actually able to bypass the regular job searching process. And if you've been around for a while and you've had a couple of jobs, you'll know that a lot of the time it's all about who you know, not necessarily what you know. I personally have received 2 jobs in my lifetime, really amazing jobs, because of who I knew. It wasn't something that I applied to. I got connected with somebody through somebody else, and lo and behold, I was offered an amazing job, right? One of those in the United States of America. So, you know, these are really amazing opportunities. And right now, it's a really amazing time to really cement your footprint in the world of professionalism, because people are online 24/7, right? I am, you probably are as well. And guess what? So are potential employers. So are other people in different companies. They're constantly scouring for the best of the best, the right fit. And where are they looking for that right fit? On LinkedIn. So it's imperative that you have a professional, completed LinkedIn profile, whether you're searching for a job right now or not, because it just gives you that professional presence that may or may not, who knows, right, provide you with an opportunity that you weren't expecting. And so LinkedIn is an amazing opportunity to also learn. It's a learning platform. There are many opportunities to plug into free courses on LinkedIn, which I've personally done, and they're really high quality. They're really, really good. So if you go into LinkedIn Learning, you can actually develop some new skills and take some free courses. Some of them are for a small fee, but it's a really powerful platform to develop professionalism and to develop professional skills. So if that's something that you're thinking about doing right now in this sort of interim period, in this downtime, this is a great opportunity to be connected on LinkedIn. And obviously it allows you to stay connected with alumni and institutions and previous employers and peers in those companies, because again, you know, life is so much about who you know and who you're connected with. So if you don't already have a LinkedIn profile, I highly encourage you to actually create one. And I'm going to show you and share with you exactly how to do that and how to get noticed on LinkedIn. Okay. So let me take like a little commercial break here and share with you a few fun facts about LinkedIn. So in 2020, it had over 575 million registered members. What does that mean to you? There are over 575 million people that you can connect with around the world to elevate your career and to elevate your professional status to the next level. Really simply, okay? 90% of recruiters use LinkedIn to find future employees. This number is huge, right? 90%. And I bet every day now that we've been in quarantine and isolation, that number is increasing. And for students, if you're a recent student or a current student, sorry, a recent graduate or a current student, in 2015, there were over 1.5 million student jobs and internships posted on LinkedIn. And again, by 2020, I'm sure that number has skyrocketed. And did you know that 44% of LinkedIn users make more than $75,000 a year, which is way above the national median in the United States? And finally, millennials make up 30% of LinkedIn's user base. So it's a really powerful platform. There are a lot of people there connected on the platform that could absolutely help you, like I said, take your career to the next level. But you can't do that if you don't have a LinkedIn profile. So if you do have one, or if you've had one and it's not really complete, or you want to update it, what I'm going to do right now is share with you 5 of the best tips to create an effective and searchable and Googleable LinkedIn profile so that you can be found by the right people. Okay, so here we go. Step number 1, you must upload a professional photo, okay? Because those profiles that have a professional photo actually uploaded are more than halfway, more than 50% more likely to be found by employers. So that's huge, right? So the profile picture doesn't have to be a professional photo. You can absolutely do it on your camera, on your take a selfie on your phone and do it yourself. But it's imperative that you're dressed in business attire and in front of a plain background, okay? Something like where I am right now. And it's important that you also look relatable. So smile, right? Look friendly, look appealing to people. So something, like I said, taken on a cell phone is super simple, super easy. Make sure it's just professional and upload it to your profile. Okay, that was step number 1. Step number 2 is that you need to write a strong headline. So directly underneath your photo is an opportunity and a space for you to write about who you are. And this LinkedIn headline is what I call Googleable. So whatever you put in that headline, if somebody's looking for whatever you've put in that section, you will come up in a Google search. Your LinkedIn profile will come up in a Google search. So it's imperative that that headline is punchy, it's descriptive, and it clearly provides a picture of who you are today and your current status. Okay. So if you're not sure what I mean, go and check out other people's LinkedIn profiles and you'll see directly underneath their name a couple of other series of names or titles or one title. And so it's important that your headline is updated as your position and your experience evolves. Okay. So write a strong headline. And what I mean by that, you could either put something like recent graduate student looking for a marketing position in a social media company, something like that. You could absolutely put in your headline, and it's descriptive. It tells me that you're a recent graduate, so I know that you're a young person. You probably don't have a lot of experience, but you've most likely had a degree in marketing and you're interested in social media. So if I'm looking for somebody like that and I look for that and your LinkedIn profile comes up, I could most likely connect with you, right? So that's why it's imperative that you have a really professional, complete LinkedIn profile, okay? Step number 3 is add a strong summary or about section. So the beauty of LinkedIn is that it almost is like a drag and drop facility where, depending on your experience and depending on what your current status is and what the goal of your LinkedIn profile is, you can actually drag and drop and activate different sections in your profile. So if you did have a look at different people's profiles, you'll see that they're not all identical. And that's the beauty of LinkedIn, is that it's so customizable to where you're at today, that it allows you to really highlight your current experiences and your current skills and talents and the goal of your LinkedIn profile, whether it's just to make connections or whether your goal is to actually get an internship, or if your goal is to land a job. You can tailor your LinkedIn profile so that it is searchable and identifiable in that manner to the right people. Okay. So the summary or about section is pretty self-explanatory, right? This is a great place to introduce yourself to a potential college admissions recruiter or to an employer. And this is where you would actually describe your goals. What motivates you? What's your vision? What's your mission? What are your career plans? And you could even highlight a couple of your top skills in your about section. This is the place where you really, get the trumpet out and you toot your own horn and you tell the world about how fabulous you are and what you have to offer. And it's really important that you do that. I see a lot of people holding back, thinking like they don't want to show off or they don't want to say too much about themselves. But if you don't toot your own horn, then who will? So it's really important that you really get crystal clear on who you are today, what's the point of your LinkedIn profile, and what do you need to share with those 575 million other users so that you are standing out in the eye of the right person, okay? Step number 4 is the experience section. And this is where LinkedIn is like an electronic resume, okay? So this is a really important place to write all the jobs that you've had, even the part-time positions, as long as they're relevant to the goal of your LinkedIn profile, okay? And I've said this over and over. You need to understand what the aim or the goal of your LinkedIn profile is and make sure that all the information that you put into your profile aligns with that mission, okay? And so I would begin each bullet point or sentence with a strong verb and describe what you did, how you did it, and what was the outcome or the result, okay? This will really enhance your experience section because you only have a small amount of space to really highlight who you are and the experience that you've had. So if you can start each section with a strong, relevant verb and tell them what you did, how you did it, and what the outcome was in the most succinct but descriptive way, you will win every time. And this is true for traditional resumes and cover letters as well as your LinkedIn profile, okay? And the beauty of LinkedIn is that in the experience section, because it is an electronic platform, you can actually upload files and videos and web links to really highlight and to showcase your experience. So if you have a PowerPoint presentation that you created, or if you have a news article that you were highlighted in, or a website address or a landing page of some sort that highlights your project, your experience, your contribution, then you can add it to the experience section of your LinkedIn profile, and potential employers or college admissions staff can actually click through, and there is proof of who you are and what you've done right there. And that is an absolute goldmine opportunity, especially if you don't have a lot of experience because maybe you're just young and you're a recent graduate. This is a great place to showcase your work, okay? And so remember that just like a traditional resume or cover letter, a stranger that's coming to your LinkedIn profile and reading your profile, they have no idea of who you are and what you've achieved. So provide them with as much detail as you can, as concisely as possible. And never ever assume that people know what you've done or who you are or how much experience you have, okay? You really need to spoon feed them exactly what you've done. And this is the best place, is in your experience section, okay? And so step number 5 is education. And this is primarily important for obviously current students as well as recent graduates. If you've been out of the if you've been out of school and in the workforce for over 5 years now, your education probably won't be as relevant to a potential employer as is your current work experience. Okay, but it is still important to list your education, including all summer programs, all study abroad experiences, and your majors, like your college majors. Again, never assume that people just know what a particular degree course entails and what the trajectory of that degree would look like, okay? And if you are a current student, then please, please, please add your GPA to your education section on your LinkedIn profile if it's higher than 3.3. If it's not higher than 3.3, then it's probably not something that you want to necessarily showcase, okay? So this is, again, a really important section to include if you are a younger person that doesn't have a lot of experience. And remember to include all of your educational experiences, okay? And so when it comes to LinkedIn, the power of your profile lies in the information that you highlight and that you share. And just like anything else, this is going to take some effort. It's going to take some commitment. It's going to take some planning. So I would really encourage you to look at the profile, look at the sections that you want to include, and go through them on like pen and paper first, and brainstorm it and do a brain dump of everything that you want to include on your LinkedIn profile, and then create various iterations, various versions of that on pen and paper, or like, on a Word document on your computer before you upload it to your LinkedIn profile. Because what happens is that LinkedIn has the capability of sharing all of your updates, all the changes that you make to your LinkedIn profile with everybody that you're connected with. So it's important that you are crystal clear on what you want to actually upload to your profile before you upload it, and make sure that it's the very best quality and the very best version that it can be before you actually go live on your LinkedIn profile. So they are the first top 5 tips to create an effective professional LinkedIn profile. And next week, I'm going to give you the next 5 tips. So I want you to start with these 5. I don't want to overwhelm you with all 10, but start with these 5 And next week, we'll go into the next 5 steps. But like I said, if you're going to do this, do it properly, because it really is a powerful platform that can absolutely change the trajectory of your career. Whether you're, like I said, looking to transition into a new career, make a career change, get a promotion, or simply get your first job. LinkedIn is an amazing platform. I highly encourage you to take a look, create an account if you haven't already, and just scour some different profiles. If you're interested in looking at my LinkedIn profile, my profile is linkedin.com/Julie C. Kelly. So be more than happy to answer any questions. Again, I invite you to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast if you're enjoying what you're hearing. And I will see you all next week for part 2 of how to create a professional LinkedIn profile. I'll see you then.